President Trump on the ground in South Georgia surveying the damage from Hurricane Michael. Our cameras were rolling when the president walked off Air Force One at Robins Air Force Base in Warner Robins.
11 Live reporter Ashley Johnson is live there tonight. Ashley, this is a second stop for the president. Spent the first part of the day in the Florida Panhandle.
Yes, it is, Cheryl. The president and First Lady Melania Trump landed at the base shortly before 4 this afternoon. They immediately hopped into their motorcade to tour the devastation, and details of their tour are being kept top secret. But we're told they're meeting with farmers whose crop was destroyed by the storm. The president declared a state of emergency in Georgia on Thursday, allowing federal aid to help the communities affected. The White House approved public assistance for 31 counties today, and individual assistance for 6 counties hit hardest. That includes Seminole County on the Florida-Georgia line, which is barely recognizable after the hurricane hit. An 11-year-old girl among those killed. The aid helps with temporary housing, home repairs, and low-cost loans for uninsured property losses. The president arrived from Florida, where he commented on how widespread the damage is throughout the Panhandle. Trump and Melania handed out water bottles to people and discussed ways to get people aid as quickly as possible. Now, back out live here at Robins Air Force Base, the president is meeting with farmers whose crop was destroyed. And in this area around Macon, we're talking about cotton farms and pecans being big business. We are live in Warner Robins. Ashley Johnson, 11 Alive News.